What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel. In today's video, I wanted to take the time to address another point in the new scouting system here in Madden 22. This will be a short video just detailing what these red and green arrows mean next to players within the new scouting system in Madden 22. Now, if you have gotten into the new scouting system in Madden 22 and gotten to the point where you can actually see the prospects within the game, you'll have a good idea that you're going to see a lot of green and red arrows next to people, and you may not know exactly what's going on with that. So I want to detail exactly what's going on with that. It's relatively straightforward. All this is showing you exactly what a player's position is within the top, I think it's 450 players. In fact, this can get a little bit confusing whenever you're looking at the prospects position by position, because you might say, okay, well, if he has negative 26 by his position, by his player ranking, why does it still show that he's the #1 player there on the board? Well, these numbers next to a player are showing the overall ranking of that player, the overall increase or decrease in the ranking of that player due to what's going on within the game. So, for example, if we go ahead out and we take a look at the news tab for this franchise, you guys will see that there is a storyline for this tight end that is indicating why he is dropping out of a certain position within the draft. So here it says it takes a lot to be kicked off a team for grades. Tight end Austin Bowman's had plenty of chances to avoid this result. So when we go back to the prospects, you will see that there is that negative next to Austin Bowman over here at the tight end position. Now, that does not necessarily mean that he's dropping below the talent of the other players at that position. In fact, he has still stayed at the #1 at that position. We need to not basically conflict those numbers, because just because he's dropping 26 positions does not mean that he's dropping within his individual position grade. You can see here that he stayed as the top tight end. This is an overall ranking for these players, so you guys can see that up here near the top, nobody has really changed. And then you start to get into some players that have moved up one spot, and, you know, just moving up and down a couple of spots here and there. Basically, what the difference is we are saying that that tight end has dropped 26 total spots within the rankings. So that means that he was previously ranked up in the top 25 players in the draft class. And so you'll very often see players that move up and down quite a few numbers based on what's going on here within the game. So for example, tight end Daniel Harris moved up 118 spots. That just simply means that he has gone up quite a bit in the total overall ranking of players here within this draft class. And there you have it. That's about it, guys. I just wanted you guys to know exactly what was going on with this, because I was taking a look at it and I want to make sure that everybody has a surefire idea of what's going on here, because that's essentially all that's going to happen. You're going to see movement throughout the year in terms of where these players are on the draft board. And that is basically the main sticking point, I would say, in terms of drafting players and scouting players within the new scouting update, because it is more realistic. Like in real life, you will see players move up and down the draft boards based on various different factors, based on their seasons, based on storylines that happen on and off the field, based on projected mock drafts and things of that nature. So all that stuff is going to factor into whether these players move up or down in spots on the draft board. So keep that in mind whenever you guys are going through your prospects. I would say very early on in the season, these things are not a fantastic indicator of whether these players are good or not, because players can move quite a bit. As you guys can see here early in the season, I have one guy moving down 26 spots, and then I have another guy moving up 118 spots, and then down here a guy moving down 119 and up 121. So these will shuffle around quite a bit. I would say I wouldn't focus on those movements quite too much early on in the season. Just know that they are going to happen, and things will tend to work themselves out as you get more information on these players, and you'll get a good idea of who you want to draft for your team. Remember, keep an eye on those skill ratings that I showed you guys in the last video, and you guys will be set up for success whenever scouting players here in the new scouting update on Madden 22. If you guys have any other things that you want me to detail with the new scouting update or anything on Madden, make sure you guys leave that in the comment section below. And with that being said, leave a like on the video if this was helpful in any way, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and comment down below. Like I said, I'll see you guys in the next one, and I hope you have a good one.